Good morning and welcome to the Real Life Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Moore, here at Real Life Academy. For those that don't know, Real Life Academy is the first ever technology-based personal development platform that targets mental health and social adaptability, and we do this by analyzing your unique environment and then engaging you with personalized course content that builds on those areas of opportunity. Of course, we do this all with the goal of developing a better you along the way, and you can find out more by visiting reallifeacademy.com today. Now, before we jump into this episode, I want to dial back the clock to the year 1937. Okay. 1 year after World War II began, there was a man by the name of Donald Hebb who was delivering his thesis at Harvard University on the effects of visual deprivation. This was in rats. Okay. In 1937, he applied to work at the Montreal Neurological Institute, and he started researching the effects of injury to the human brain. So over the next 12 years, he studied a variety of psychological phenomenon that relate to the way the brain functions, one of these being the theory of cell assembly. Okay. This is the theory that he proposed that everything we experience in our environment fires a set of neurons called a cell assembly that works together to form what they call phase sequences, which are really just streams of thought, through the brain at incredible speeds. Now, through his research, he found that these cell assemblies can be activated by stimulation from the environment around them. Pretty cool stuff. This theory of cell assembly has been the foundational platform that the DSM and other psychological charters are built upon. Now, that's pretty cool, but what does it have to do with people who experience hyperactivity and attention disorders? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, we've known about hyperactive function and attention deficits since as early as the 1790s, surprisingly, and we were able to operationally define this as early as 1902. America has been chemically subduing children since Charles Bradley started using Benadryl in about 1937. So why does all this matter? Well, let's fast forward to February 2021, this year. An incredible event is about to take place at a world-renowned Ivy League college that has the potential to completely change the way that we view chemical inhibitors. This event may very well rewrite the foundations of therapeutic engagement and neural syntax in the brains of children diagnosed with ADD and ADHD. Now, this is called the MBAT-C study, and it began February 1st of this year, 2021. This study was created to evaluate the feasibility and acceptability of mindfulness-based ADHD treatment for children. The study targets children at precisely the age when ADHD-relevant neurocognitive systems are developing and clinical symptoms begin to appear, which is around the age of 7 to 13. Now, we're just now in the beginning phases of the study, but we know that when the study concludes, we're going to have a better understanding of how meditation and mindfulness work with people in neurodivergent demographics compared to children who are, say, taking medication alone, or those who are using a combined therapeutic approach with medication and therapy or therapy alone, right? This is an internally funded study from Yale University, and it's also in partnership with the NCCIH. So what does this mean for you? Why do you care? Well, for those of you who experience hyperactivity, or perhaps you're easily distracted, this could mean a world of difference in terms of treatment options. This is especially true for people in low-income areas or those who don't have access to mental health services, either financially or logistically, people who experience severe social anxiety, or even people who have certain sensitivities that don't allow them to be on psychiatric medication or to meet people face-to-face for therapy. Now listen, hundreds of neurologists and psychologists have been preaching about the effects of meditation on our brains from childhood up to our elder years. So what about you? Does your mind race? Does it seem like there's a lot of chatter going on, but not a lot of things are getting done? Do you spend hours creating different scenarios and planning things only for them to stay right where they started? If you do yourself a favor. Head over and schedule your intake assessment at reallifeacademy.com today. It's going to be provided to you, as always, absolutely free of charge. You can do it either on your own, through a link that we send out, or virtually face-to-face with one of our administrators. You can do it on your lunch break, while you're enjoying coffee in the morning, or while you're waiting in the doctor's office. There's absolutely no reason for you to not get this basic fundamental understanding of where your personal areas of opportunity are. Listen, you are capable of incredible change, but as we always say every week, it has to start with you. I'm Marcus Moore, and I want to thank you for joining me today on this really short episode of the Relife Podcast. I want you to stay safe, and we're going to see you soon. We're going to talk next week, and we've got some really, really big things coming up I'm really excited to share with you guys. Until then, have a great day.